Today I wanted to talk about a quick video, I found this shit on YouTube recommended page today, which is actually one day before my birthday, so this video is not going to be that long. I will do a quick one right now. And this is the first video on my self-improvement channel. This is actually the first video on my channel, on the self-improvement channel. I will be doing a lot of stuff right here. I will be doing a lot of crazy stuff. Y'all are going to see, man. Y'all are going to get real knowledge right here. And the knowledge I will give you guys in this channel is not something I found fucking on YouTube or something. Bro, it's the knowledge I learned from 10 years plus of mistakes, bro. I'm 19 years old. I made so many mistakes. I fucked up so much. And the reason why I tell you guys that I have lost countless of opportunities, I have made countless of mistakes, huge mistakes. The reason why I tell you guys this is because you don't learn from the people that don't make mistakes. You don't learn from the girl that is in school, 19 years old, and she always listened to her parents. She always, did her homework, did everything right, always a good girl, never got into trouble, never made any opportunities for herself, never had any real struggles. You are not going to learn from her. You are not going to learn from her, because her experience of life is so fundamentally different than yours. Her way of growing up is so fundamentally different from yours that you actually won't learn anything from her. So I think right now, me being at this age, overcoming a lot of my problems myself and still being in the process of overcoming my struggles, I want to start this journey with you guys. I want to become the best version of myself with you guys together. So I think you can learn a lot from this channel. I think you can actually grow a lot with me together. And I found this video, like I said, one day before my birthday. Today, May 15 is my birthday. I'm going to turn 19. And this video is not going to be that long. But when I saw this video, I was playing actually League of Legends, which is a game for degenerate people. And I watched this shit like, oh, okay, another one of those self-improvement videos. Probably no real information right here. As I started listening to this while I was playing my game, I was like, hold on, he has a point right here. He has a point. And this video is different from the self-improvement videos that I've watched before. This video is way different from all the self-improvement videos that I watched before, because it tells a story. It doesn't tell you what to do. It doesn't tell you that you are doing something wrong. It doesn't tell you that you are at a bad place in your life. It doesn't tell you that you need to change something about yourself. It doesn't tell you that you are not perfect the way you are right now. It only tells your story and changes your perspective, changes the way you view things. And that's the reason why I want you guys to come with me on this little journey. And we are going to play this video together. I will watch this video and comment on some things that I find very interesting and inspiring as we're watching this together. And I want you guys to really pay attention to all the different symbols, because this video right here can mean different things for everyone. I will give you guys my interpretation of this video, but this video may have a very different meaning for you. But it ends really tragic, and your life will also end really tragic if you don't stop the process, don't stop the things from happening to you that we are going to watch right now. So I want you guys to be very aware of all the symbols and all the signs that this man that we are going to watch encounters on his journey. And yeah, just join alongside with me on this 10-minute video we will watch, and I will give you guys a few of my information that I can give you to this as we're watching this on play. And yeah, have fun.
He'll do great things, that boy. That's what the village people said about him.
Full of
Strong,
potential.
Coordinated, talented, smart and charming.
Innocent.
The young man felt as though he could become anything he wanted. He stood tall with his shoulders back, and his blue eyes spoke of a steady self-confidence held deep within him. His body was strong, built tough through hours of intensive sword training.
That's what's life
After endless hours of sword practice, he began to stroll through the village, back to his home. A number of girls waved to him as he walked by, and he politely waved back. Upon arriving home, he began sharpening his swords, ready for training the next day. Suddenly, a spirit appeared behind him, calling his name. The young man spun around, ready to attack, only to find an incredibly plain-looking spirit floating harmlessly
incredibly
in the center of his room.
plain looking, floating
Neither male
harmlessly
nor
in the center
female,
of his room.
the spirit held an entirely blank
Does
expression,
this
neither happy nor
look
sad,
harmful
as though
to you?
there was no
Does it?
emotion inside of it whatsoever?
No, it
The
doesn't.
spirit spoke, "Jean of Furthershore, I am the spirit of seeing." The young man
The fuck you
stood
doing in my room?
facing the spirit confrontation.
Get out of here.
What do you want?
What
he
you
said,
want?
drawing his sword. The spirit remained completely unafraid. "Only to show you my powers. I can show you anything you can possibly imagine, for I am the spirit of
Sounds
seeing."
valid.
The
Sounds
spirit
valid.
replied plainly.
Now, not only can he show you anything that you can imagine, you now can also interact with him. You now can also get anything that you can imagine, because he can actually translate whatever you want to have into real life. There's so much more potential in this evil motherfucker right here that you have to pay way more attention. You have to be way more curious, way more alert about these evil beings.
The young man observed the spirit carefully. It continued to float passively in the air and seemed to pose no threat. "You can show me anything, huh?
That's the first stage.
Show me the stables of Furthershore," the young man said curiously. The spirit blew a puff of smoke, and inside the smoke, the stables could be seen clearly. The image of the stables hung in the air for several minutes before disappearing. The young man smiled. "How interesting." he
Listen
thought to
closely.
himself.
Listen.
Another idea immediately came to his mind. "Show me the most beautiful girl in the world," he suggested, with a smirk on his face. Without a word, the spirit blew another puff of smoke, and in it appeared the most beautiful girl the young man had ever seen. Her long, dark hair lay delicately over her pretty head. She had big, piercing brown eyes, a delicate nose, and plump lips. One hand lay perfectly on the hips of her gorgeous, hourglass figure. The young man's pupils dilated as he stared at the girl in wonder for a full 5 minutes.
Stared at the girl in wonder for a full 5 minutes. And this is the first encounter. Now it will get way worse. It will get
Remembering
way worse.
where he was, he cleared his throat and composed himself once again. While he felt slightly embarrassed, the spirit maintained an empty gaze, seemingly unaffected by the young man's embarrassing display.
That's a very dangerous quality of the spirit. I don't know why the fuck they call him a spirit. For me, it's a little ghost, but I guess they call it the spirit. It is very dangerous that this shit. The spirit is an object. The spirit is a symbol for objects like this and objects like this. You know, like technology. It is a symbol, and this is very dangerous about this, because no matter what you do, objects don't change. Objects don't give a fuck. Spirits don't give a fuck. Demons don't give a fuck. The devil doesn't give a fuck. He will watch you ruin your life and laugh while you do it. He will even help you to do it. That is his entire goal. So, of course, shit like this, he will bring shit like this into his world, which doesn't give you a reaction. You know? Back then it was harder for the devil to take initiative, for the devil to actually, you know, plant a seed into other human minds, because he had to use other people, he had to use different kind of objects, he had to do many shit. Now it is so easy for him to get into our heads. Well, let's keep watching.
Another idea entered the young man's mind. "Show me a great warrior," he commanded. As usual, the spirit blew yet another puff of smoke, with an image of exactly what the young man had asked for. The perfect warrior stood looking
Can see
into the
anything.
distance, his
You can
body
get
toned
motivation.
and muscular, with a stern
You
expression
can
on his
get,
face. The young man
you can get
marveled at
inspired,
this great
you
warrior,
can read
pledging to
interesting
himself that
content,
he too
educational
would one day
content.
be
There's
a great warrior
everything.
just like this man.
No limitations.
The young man had had enough.
Seems
"You may
good,
now leave,
right?
spirit.
Seems cool.
I've seen enough," he said, dismissively, as he went back to sharpening his swords. The spirit of seeing spoke without emotion.
Listen.
"I shall remain here, in the corner of your room, ready to show you my powers on your command." The young man...
Now, not only does the spirit nowadays is everywhere we go, not only is the spirit not only in the corner of our room, but in our pockets, in every room of our home, in every pocket of our friends, in schools, it is basically everywhere. In trains, it is everywhere. You can't get around from this motherfucker, and that's why it's so like important to make sure that you don't lose that sense of caution that this warrior or whoever he has had in his first stage. You can't lose that sense of caution. You can't lose that sense of alertness, that sense of mindfulness about your behavior, about what you consume. You see how quick he is to tell the spirit, nah, leave me alone, get the fuck out my room. And the spirit's like, alright boy. That's how you have to treat technology. If you don't, it will eat your life and ruin your entire life. Your entire world. It doesn't give a fuck. You will die. No questions asked.
His shoulders in acceptance. The spirit didn't seem to mean him any harm. As the weeks went by, the young man became accustomed to the spirit in his room. He used it to see the weather of the day.
Exactly.
What his friends were doing.
Instagram.
And he even started looking at beautiful girls with their clothing removed. After all, the spirit of seeing would show him anything.
Anything. You can get anything. Motivation, educational. It comes in disguise. That's the danger of it.
He started leaving his sword training an hour early, and then 2 hours early, and then 3. For the spirit of seeing was far more stimulating than dull, repetitive sword training. The girls in the village waved, but the young man stopped waving back. They were plain, he said to himself.
Now it takes effect
One
on
day,
his
he
life.
would find a girl as beautiful as the one.
And this only happens in the span of a few months. Now most of us, of our generation, we youngins, most of us grew up with social media. And so this stage right here doesn't happen at age 20, but at age 4, at age 5, at age 6, at age 7. It's crazy nowadays. So actually this metaphor, or whatever symbol or whatever this is called, is even likely. Now it is way more dangerous than it's actually displayed right here.
He thought. He began using the spirit to watch great battles. He cheered aloud as his favorite hero turned the tide of the skirmish at the very last minute, watching with eagerness, thinking that one day soon he would lead his own army into battle.
One day soon, I will lead my own army into battle. One day. It is so beautiful. The thing is, our minds tells us everything. The spirit tries to control our mind. The spirit already has control over his head, over his thought at this point. The spirit controls his thoughts now. And he identifies with his thoughts. That's why it's so important to realize that you are not your thoughts. You are observing your thoughts. So you see it right here. The spirit made him think, oh my god, one day I will become a great fighter like this. This seems so... The spirit only shows him a great fight. I mean, he can learn from the fight. He can see how the great warrior, what techniques he uses to fight against his opponents. What kind of weapons he uses. He could learn from him, That's what the spirit tells us nowadays. You can learn from this information. You can get so much from it. Hamza, for example, You see this great self-improvement YouTuber. You get all this inspiration, Then you think to yourself, oh, one day I can also lead some people, One day I can also show them the waves. Well, the day is today. Start your channel. Do what you have to do. Get out there. Start rapping. Whatever you want to do it right now. Don't think one day I will become like this and this. That's the danger of it.
He thought of these battles while he practiced his sword work. He even began reciting lines he had heard his favorite...
That's the problem. We try to be perfect. We try to become something we are not. We have to accept the way we are right now and then start working towards where we want to get to,
Hero speak as he swung. And he would leave training after just a few hours to rush home and watch a great battle. Not before seeing more beautiful naked girls, of course.
Look. Starts innocent. He is a warrior and watches some great battles. Maybe under the motive to get inspired. Maybe under the motive to, see his great fighters. Seems so, so harmless. Seems so harmless. But actually, it's extremely dangerous because it changes the way you think about yourself. It changes the way you believe in yourself. It really does change your self-belief. Because you see the warrior and you will notice, I will never be like him. You will realize that you will never be like him. But actually, that thought that you will never be like him is kind of liberating, you know? Because you don't have to be like him. Just be like yourself. Just be like yourself. You don't have to be like all these great people, Andrew Tate, whoever you look up to, whoever it might be. You don't have to be like them. Just be yourself. Accept the way you are. Accept your physical. You accept your physicality. Accept your height. Accept your strength right now. And get into the habit of doing. Get into the habit of creating and doing what you love to do. Doing the right things. Doing the uncomfortable things, and I promise you, your life will change.
A year passed, and the girls in the village had stopped waving. Some had wedded a husband. Most could be heard screaming the name of another boy in the village from the archery range each evening. Apparently, he was skilled with a bow. The young man cursed and muttered under his breath. Something about real warriors not attacking.
There's a negative vibration, negative consciousness.
He now trained only for a few
spirit takes away from consciousness.
Short hours, and some days he would skip
makes to live in fear
altogether.
And
he would walk at a quick pace through the village to get home, uninterested in exchanging pleasantries with the village folk.
Stops interacting with life, stops engaging with other people. That's the point where we currently are getting to.
He had begun using the spirit to
starts living in shame and fear and guilt about living in your fantasy. Now this gets very dangerous now.
Watch a number of beautiful naked women perform sexual acts on one another.
Depression.
It seemed now that a single naked woman was no longer interesting. His admiration for his favorite hero had turned into jealousy. He would watch the hero defeat enemy after enemy. The gap.
Listen, his admiration for his great hero has turned into jealousy. You might think that you are admiring the people you look up to on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube. You might think you're admiring them. You might think you are learning from them. You might think you are seeing the way they play and start mimicking them. But if you are at this point right now where you have been watching the spirit for a long period of time, I'm talking about 1 year plus, then you are probably not admiring him. You are probably not looking up to him. You are probably not watching this for education or to learn something. You are watching this for entertainment. You are watching this out of jealousy of other people. You are watching Hamza, Andrew Tate, not in a way that you look up to him, but you're simply just jealous of him right now at this point. I really think it's impossible to admire somebody, to truly admire somebody, to truly gain the courage, to truly gain motivation from content if you are not taking action on a consistent basis. If you haven't taken action for over a year plus on your goals consistently, then you are probably not admiring them, you are just jealous, bro.
Between himself and the hero, seeming to loom ever larger. He could no longer run much of a distance. His shield felt heavy. His sword skills no longer matched other warriors of his own age.
Sword skills don't match warriors anymore. That's where I'm right now. Many people, you know, my social circle, I know, that's 18, 19, 20, my age. They are so far ahead of me. And, you know, we feel bad about this right now. We are, you know, I got this little draw right here. Wait. Hold on. We are him right now. We feel bad. This is us. We feel bad about our situation now. We have negative feelings towards the people we look up to. If we had a positive feeling, maybe you might say, okay, I'm right here right now. You know, my life isn't great, but I still admire these people. I still feel very good about them. You are lying to yourself, bro. You are lying to yourself. Because if you would, watching this would give you the courage to move on like it did before. But simply because you live in apathy, it means you don't admire and you're just jealous, bro. and you're hating. You're just a hater, bro. Get the fuck off my face.
Several more years passed. The young man had given up on becoming a hero, although he would still...
This is the point of no return. This is very, very important. Look, right here, the young man can still probably turn his life around. Right here, he can probably turn his life around. Right here is the point of no return. He has given up on all of his goals. He has given up on all of his aspirations, all of his dreams. He doesn't believe in this himself anymore. He doesn't believe that he still has the potential to do anything that he wants to. He just lives in fear nowadays. He just lives in fear. So, the worst stage, this is actually a good sign right now. If you still have dreams, if you still have goals, you are probably right here or at the stage before that. But we will go deeper into that a bit later if you finish this video. But just keep that in mind real quick. Just keep that in mind.
Still rewatch his favorite battles through the spirit from time to time. Still unmarried, he had become deeply frustrated.
Depression.
His sword lay quietly in the corner of the room.
No activity.
Dust.
No activity.
On the night of his 30th birthday, the man, nearing the end of his youth, sat alone in his room, feeling worse than he had ever felt.
Funny, because actually in a few hours, 3 hours left, is my birthday. And I just found this video today. This is the night of my birthday, and I found this video. And now I'm about to turn into an adult. This man started as an adult and is now not old, but he's at the age where, I mean, he's at the kind of age where you will think about what could I have been. You will think about, what could I have been capable of if I started in my youth. Luckily, thank God, not at this age yet, but we will get there. We will get there. And it is our duty to God to not end up like this fucker right here. It is our duty. So join me along this journey. I will keep posting on all my channels. I will keep grinding every day for my dreams. Join me. Join me. Let's get it.
The clock struck 12. Suddenly, the spirit of seeing began to laugh. The man was
okay. This won't
startled.
happen. This won't
The
happen.
spirit had never.
Your phone won't
before.
start
In fact,
talking to you.
It had never shown any
Your
emotion.
phone wants to. Maybe your phone will start talking to you when you are in hell because you're dead and you wasted all your potential, and now you're in fucking hell with the devil, and maybe then your phone will probably start talking to you. Your PC will probably start talking to you. But until you are in this world and you are right here, you will have to go through the suffering he did go through. And even if you are above the age of 30, I mean, he's 30 right now, you can still, bro, there's still a way out. There's still a way out. But let's watch the story. I think it applies just to
the spirit who caught his gaze. Slowly, the spirit of seeing grew a wide smile. For the first time in 10 years, the spirit spoke. "My work here is done," it said in a deep voice. "What are you talking about, spirit?" the man spoke, fearfully. The spirit laughed again. "I shall reveal what I have kept secret for the past 10 years. I am the ultimate concentration of evil. I am the root of all the darkness in this world.
Concentration of evil, root of darkness.
I am the devil himself."
The devil himself.
The spirit spoke pridefully. The man became terrified, his mouth wide open and speechless.
Bruh, as if you didn't notice already that something was off. Come on. We know this in the back of our head, that we always knew that this is shit is for off, bro. Or maybe he didn't realize that, he just saw his life go to shambles, and now he realized that this is actually, a product of the devil. Maybe that was so groundbreaking for him. But come on. If this fucked your life up, if this fucked all your opportunities up, scrolling on there for hours and hours and hours, just doing nothing, you're probably not fucking with God right there. You're probably not,
A demon will attack this village tonight. A prophecy foretold that you were the one destined to defeat it. But it is I that has defeated you. And now, the souls of this village are mine. The spirit spoke with a tone of utter glee. Why wait 10 long years?
Why?
The man asked in a shaky voice. Why not fight me face to face the first time we met? The spirit let out another laugh. If I had fought you face to face, you would have conquered me. But I'm cunning, and that slow drip of poison given to you through the means of endless fantasy
given you through the means of endless fantasy,
and now
has rendered you too weak to fight.
Is mine.
And now this village is mine. This is so strong. This is so strong. The slow drip of poison given you through the endless means of fantasy has rendered you too weak to fight back. Now, this monster right here, could be any of your life challenges. It could be work. It could mean the fitness of yourself. You know, it could mean your health. It could mean your health. It could be death. It could be the death of a family member. Something really, really tragic. It could be your house. It could mean that your entire house burned down. And if you are at this point right here, you won't have the strength to overcome these obstacles. For example, if you are at this point right there and a close family member of yours or a close friend of you passes away, which resembles this monster, you won't have the strength to fight back. You will stay in this depression until you die. And this kind of sounds like radical or ruthless, but I've been there. I've seen this. I've seen this real life. And this is serious, man. This is serious. If you don't think this is serious, go on. Go on with your life. You will get you will get it.
The means soon of enough. Endless village. Down.
I think
a deep, dark
this is the
pain
end of the video.
Settled inside his stomach. One that he knew would never go away. Only the devil himself could inflict the deep, tormenting, inner anguish he felt pulsing through his mind. The torture in his mind was too much to bear. He needed something to quell the pain. Can I see those beautiful girls just one more time? A wide grin grew across the devil's face. Always.
Hell is the place where the person you are meets the person you could have been. And right here too, can I see those beautiful girls just one more time? As he knows that this is the devil. As he, even after he realized that he right here, this motherfucker right here is the devil. After he realized that, he still wants to see those girls for one last time. And probably, you know why this man says always right here? He says always right here because he knows that this man will come back. He isn't just dead after this. He will probably live, I mean, he's 30 years old. He probably, in this day and age, would probably live a good 10 more years. So he knows that he will come back eventually to see those girls. And especially now, he will always come back. That's why he said always. Peep this shit. He will always come back until he's dead. And this is already the point of no return. So let's get into the more of the details. I prepared a little presentation right here. And just join me along real quick. The modern poison. So the modern poison is a poison that the devil, like it was just explained in the video, gives you very slowly each and every single day. Each and every single day. The devil gives you a little bit of this poison. And he gives it slowly to you, because otherwise you would know that this fucks your life up. Because he gives it to you so slowly, you think, oh, this might be beneficial for me. This can be beneficial for me. And you be blind to the things that it actually takes from you. Let's go on. Now, I'll first share some general knowledge about why this is so dangerous and what the motives are. So, the devil is always evolving. It is always changing its weapons and getting more annoying and more dangerous. The devil always gets new tactics, always finds new ways to make people buy into his shit, man, into his behavior. It always finds a way to get into the fucking mind of people, of good-hearted people, and change their behavior for the worse, change their behavior so much that he can take over the world. Why does he want to do this? Because he wants to ruin the world. He's the concentration of all evil in this world. He wants to ruin the world. And the devil comes in all forms. It can come in the form of other people. It can come in the form of promising experiences, like, I don't know, a beautiful night, a nice, sexy night with a beautiful girl, or alcohol, for example. Alcohol as well. It can come in any form. Social media. It can also come in the form, for example, of watching self-improvement content like this. Now, does this mean that everything you see on social media, for example, is bad? No, of course not. Of course not. It is about the entire system. It is about these evil people that made this so dopamine rich, that made this so addicting. The videos that aren't addicting, that aren't engaging, I don't post shorts. I don't upload shorts. These kinds of, the people that make these kind of concepts, those are the real evil people that are gaining fuck ton of money off the addictions of other people. Now, its biggest weapon used to be in physical form, but now he has something a lot more powerful. A lot more powerful. And that is... also the devil always comes in disguise. Always keep that in the back of your mind. You will never see a bad thing for you really appear bad in the first place. Very rarely. Like Vaughn Tucat said, everything they say is good for you is bad for you, and everything they say is bad for you is good for you. Yeah, Vaughn Tucat, he was right about that. Of course, not everything. Like, people say smoking is bad, and smoking is bad. But most of the time, or a lot of the times, actually the things people say are good for you are not. The things people do that they don't think is a problem is actually a problem. The tool he now has is technology. Technology, I will first give you a little bit of background information how this shit started. So the first computer was built in 1943, but didn't start to spread in the 1970s and 80s. Computers didn't start to spread into homes until the 90s, 70s and 80s. And in the early 2000s, 2005, 6, 7, 8, computers really started to blow the fuck up. But computers can only do so much. And that point of time, the devil gives you the poison in slow drips. He doesn't just do it from one day to another. That's why that shit didn't blow up. Computers can only do so much. They can only show you what you want to see, but now you can actually interact with other people. You can actually change the world around you with the spirit that was just described in this video. How alluring is that? Imagine the spirit comes to the warrior, to the knight now, or to another knight, let's say for example a much younger knight that is 10 years old, and the knight suddenly appears in his room, and he goes to the knight and says, "Hey young man, I got something for you. My power is that I can show you anything you want to see, and I can also get you anything you want to have in the real world. In your real world, I can manifest it. Because now you can earn money with social media. Now you can earn money with the information you get online. It is not only to see. At least that's what we think. At least that's what the evil devil tells us we can. That's what the lies they tell us. But let me go on. According to research, 95 to 99% of all teenagers report having access to a smartphone. Now let this sink in for a little bit. The spirit is not only in the room now of young people who don't even have that much willpower in general, it is also in the pockets of everyone around them. Everyone, they are seeing it every day. So that's why the first stage I will go on shortly is unavoidable if you live in a first world country. Now, why I like the analogy of the spirit so much is because smartphones and PCs, they suddenly appeared in our world. They haven't been around forever. I still remember when, because I'm 19 years old, you know, at this point in time, right here at the booming time, right here, you know, you see the boom right there, 2011, 2012, 2013, you see the boom. At this point in age, I still remember this. Phones haven't been around forever. It just started to appear. It was just there once. You know, everybody talked about it. Oh my god, this and that and that. But we got used to it so fast. And all these new phones and shit. We got hooked in a second. We got portrayed so easy because, like I said, all the opportunities and all the stuff that there actually are. I won't deny the opportunities that phones and technology and everything actually has, but we are talking about consuming right now. You know, opportunities are a whole nother video. Creating is a whole nother video. Creating on social, we are talking about consuming, and consuming does also mean texting your friend all day. Consuming does also mean playing video games. I still see that as consuming, even though some of you might not see that as consuming because you're interacting. But come on, you're pressing buttons and then you consume a video game character that is moving different according to you. It's still it's all consuming. Unless you're uploading something, you're consuming. Shut the fuck up. But let me go on here. Right. It's suddenly everywhere, and now it is our duty to God to deal with it. It's our duty to God to deal with what these evil motherfuckers have put into our world. I don't know exactly who it is that, you know, but it's just the devil. I think it's just the devil. I think there's no one person behind it. I think it's just like the devil controlling different kinds of people and using different kinds of people to actually fulfill its purpose, which is to eliminate the entire world and cause extreme pain and torment to everyone. If we don't deal with it, the devil will ruin everything. It has no emotions. This will literally not care if you shoot someone, if you shoot your fucking brother in the head of this, it doesn't care. If you just on social media all day for 13 hours a day, it doesn't care. It will even help you with it. It will gladly help you with it. All these people, you know, all the sites on that, they will help you. They will do this gladly, man. They will fuck up your life. You see all these doctors, you know, that pay for the implements of the beauty models, you know, that fuck up their faces because they want to have like a bigger lips or something, bro. And after that, they look like fucking this, bro. They do this gladly. They're like, oh, you got money? Alright, come, let's do it. They smile with it. They crazy out here, man. That's why you gotta be ruthless with eliminating these kind of things. Let me go. Stage 1. Playing with fire. Now, the first stage, week 1 to year 1. Now, let me do that again. Stage 1. Playing with fire. Week 1 to... Stage 1. Playing with fire. Week 1 to year 1. Now, I like this photo at the right with the child playing with fire, playing with the candle, because it really is a beautiful symbol for us first getting in touch with these kind of phones, with these kind of technologies that have ruined our life, that have ruined our potential until this point. Because it matters, your past doesn't matter, you can't change that. Yesterday is in the books and it doesn't come out. So until this point, it has really limited our potential. But it is how you choose to go on from now on, knowing with this knowledge, that is what really determines your life, and that is what really determines your relationship with God and your future. So first, it starts off with the initial use. It's the first weeks where we first, got these phones, got these PCs, and probably most of us won't even remember that. I don't. At least I don't remember my first initial use, because we have been using this for so long. We have been little kids when we started using this shit. So I don't know, but really important is the knight you saw in the video before. He was at first skeptical. He didn't trust that shit immediately. He was quick and easy to say, no, it's enough, thank you. I saw the most beautiful girl, I saw the horses, I saw everything I want to see, thank you, I will go back to my shit now. It was easy for him to say that. But he was amazed by the opportunities and the potential that you can get from it. Because, mind you, remember, you can not only see everything now, it also gives you the potential to create everything. And it also, this, why I empathize so much about that. It's not, you not only can see everything now, like in the example that was shown in the video before, but you can also get anything, because this changes the whole motive. This changed the entire motive. If it was just like a television, I would compare the analogy that School of Thought used before in this video to television. I think that's a way better example, because right now we can interact with other people, we can connect, we can message, we can call, we can point, we can do everything. We can literally live in that fantasy world. We can live in that fantasy world now. So not only, it doesn't only say to you, you can see everything now, it says to you, this can be your life. If you want to, you can live your dream life right here. Now what does sound more alluring to you? You can see everything, you can just see everything, or you can live your dream life right now. You can do it. Try it out. Here you have it. Come on. That's why the child is playing with fire. That's why we first start using this shit. And this is unavoidable in first world countries. The initial context is unavoidable. Whether it is school, whether it is in trains, whether it is because of their family, their friends, it is unavoidable to come into contact with technology when you first come onto this earth, and if you are born in this first world country. And the first month is actually the stage of comfort, where you kind of, wait, let me check how much battery I have left. 34%. Okay, I have to do a little bit, have to hurry up a little bit, come to the point, But this is going to be a long video. Just listen to me closely here. Now, the second stage is the stage of comfort. This is the first month of you, getting used to using your phone, You start getting accustomed to the technology being around. You start getting accustomed to using the technology on a regular basis, to using those images, to seeing those battles, to do whatever you want to do. And you start to use it more and more without awareness. You start using it more and more without paying attention to what you are actually watching. You start using it more mindlessly. And this is actually where addiction first starts to really lay its seeds. Now note, almost unavoidable nowadays and even harder to resist because of potential interactive creating, what I just touched on earlier. Because you can do so much, it is way harder to not get comfortable. But this isn't really, the stage of comfort isn't really the problem. The problem starts if you are abusing it, which happens after about a year of consistent use, and it starts taking effect on your behavior outside of your home. It starts taking effect on your behavior with other people. This is where the knight actually stopped talking to the people when he got out of home, and more unhealthy behavior, first signs of depression. Fantasy world slowly becomes more interesting than real world. Yeah, you start living in the world of your fantasy more than in the real world. Slowly but surely, the devil takes place. Stage 2. Fire taking over. Year 1 into phone addiction to year 10. Dependence and addiction year 1 to year 10. Worlds inside of phone and PC become more interesting than the real world. More time spent thinking about fantasies than about reality. Now this is a very crucial step. Many of us are at stage 2 right now. We are at the point where we think more about our fantasies, about the things that we will do when we finally get home and get on our PC or get on our phone or do whatever, than we think about what we can do right now that we love. Because that's what we need to do. We need to think about what is the way that I can do more of what I love right now. What way do I have that I can do more of what I love doing, create the world I want to do right now? How can I do that? That's the way we need to think. Quality of life starts to go downhill as well. We lose good habits, aspirations and motivations. This is where the night stopped, latest salt down and stopped going to work out consistently. And also, what is really important is, bro, come on, man, do you have to? I don't get these people that always riding around with their bikes on full. Weird people laughing in the back and shit. But yeah, what is really important, I think, is that you might think you are better than you actually are, because you have, you kind of, for me example, it was always like, I was at a stage 1 where I was like really, tapped into reality, doing my workouts and shit. I was doing everything right, but then I quickly fell back into the other stages, into addiction, where I was just in feelings of depression and apathy all day, and just scrolling on social media, feeling terrible about myself. But I was like, alright, this is not that bad because I will start tomorrow. It is bad. You won't start tomorrow. Shut the fuck up, man. I don't care about where you are right now. It is about where you are headed. That's what Andrew Tate said, bro. You have to really pay attention to your idols or to the people you look up to or the people you watch on social media, man. Andrew Tate says a lot, oh, if you're brokey, oh my god, you're brokey, come on, get on your shit, you are this and that, and he makes you feel very bad a lot of the times. You don't have to feel bad about where you are right now, because that will only, cause even more conflict and cause even more apathy. That will cause even more feelings of unmotivatedness. What you have to do is accept. It is not about where you are, it is about where you're headed. And we have to accept that right here, the damage is done, alright? It has done some damage. You see this man right here, this is us right now. It has taken away from a lot of the potential we could have been. But it also offers us some opportunities. It also gives us new ways we can find out. It also does open a lot of doors for us in forms of education and whatever, but it has, especially the consuming part has did its damage. We have a hole in us now. We have, these scars. We have scars right now. We are the men right now. We have scars, man. But we are not done yet. We are not dead yet, man. We will fight. We won't give up. We will do what we have to do, regardless of where we are right now. We will get up off our ass and start working. We will. And let me get to the next point. So yeah, the knight lays down his sword, stops going to the night practice regularly, and starts feeling worse and worse. Also starts, getting into low vibration, starts, having feelings of hatred and jealousy towards the people he used to admire, to the people he used to be nice to, the ladies. He used to be nice to everybody. This is not because of other people, this is because of himself. And that's why if someone's mad at you, or someone is just unkind to you, or angry at you, or whatever it might be, it is not because of you, man. Don't take nothing personally, it is because of them. Now, the indulgement with the spirit, which represents technology, which represents phone, PC, it gets out of control. He gets home and it gets completely out of control. he is stuck in a low vibration / consciousness a lot, and use of PC and phone loses all positive benefits. No matter what is being watched, consumed, only feeds addiction. That's why you can watch, for example, hours and hours of, for example, Andrew Tate content and still feel unmotivated, because you are at this low level of consciousness that you can't even take action on the things that you learn. You don't even really, it goes in one ear and comes out the other, man. That's why it makes no sense to watch motivational content while you are at low consciousness. It would even be better for you if you watch like fucking, I don't know, funny shit on YouTube or funny cat videos if you feel bad about yourself. Because at least you're not lying to yourself. At least you're not telling your brain, oh, but I'm still watching something positive. No, bro. That's what the devil tells you. Oh, you're still watching something positive right now. You're just not taking action. Oh, it's alright. You will start tomorrow. Oh yeah, just watch some more self-improvement videos. After that, I will do exactly that and I will forward. No. Like Fulcrum said, you have to live in the present moment. Your purpose is defined in the present moment right now. It is not on social media. It is not on TikTok or Facebook. It is in the present moment. You have to truly tap into the way how you feel. You have to truly tap into your heart to really see what is going on. And that takes time and effort into yourself and attention. Now, yeah, let's get to the last stage. This can take 1 year to 10 to 15 years if you are a young'un like me. But at some point, you will have lost so much of your potential that, you know, it is irreversible. And if you are 30 years old right now, you can still get out, man. There's still hope. But, you know, right now, for me, it burned, let's say, my arm. The fire burnt my arm. Or, okay, it burned, for example, yeah. Let's just say, we use it as an analogy right here, okay? Let's say the fire not burnt my arm, but it took away one of my fingers. Or it took away, you know, like one of my... I don't like this analogy actually, because it doesn't hinder your ability to do what you need to do right now. But it actually takes away from what you have done, what you could have done. So this analogy doesn't really make sense, which is what I just realized right now. But yeah, the damage is done. Let's just say it like that. Stage 3, hell. This is year of 10 to 15 until death into the addiction. Now, in the hell stage, this is the last stage, right, where the knight was just giving up on all his dreams and he just sporadically, you know, used the spirit to watch his heroes from once in a while. This is the hell state. Now, what I just realized is that actually I've been living in the stage for quite a lot of time, because I really didn't take any action. And I feel like if you are, these stages are not really, it doesn't really make sense to put a year timeline on them. It's just, you know, an indicator. But actually you can be in the hell stage in for 1 week, and then you can be in the stage 1, you know, productive in another. But what you have to do is stay consistently out of hell. Otherwise, your life is still going to go to shambles. Your life is still, you know, at the end of the day, when that demon where the spirit talked about comes out, you still won't be strong enough to fight that nigga. You still won't be strong enough to, you know, pull up, square up, and, you know, get to swinging on his ass. You still won't have the strength. Because maybe you trained a little bit. I mean, the knight didn't do that bad of a job. I mean, the knight trained a little bit, and only for a few years, you know, he let himself down. But that was still enough for the devil, for the evil motherfucker, to actually take away so much of his power that he didn't have the strength to fight the demon anymore. So you have to prepare yourself. You have to get stronger every day. You have to get your ass in the gym, do what is right, do what you need to do, and unlock your powers. At the health stage, you're of no use to the world, you're just simply existing. All your dreams and all your aspirations are gone. You don't take no positive actions, you're only consuming from time to time. And it doesn't matter at this point what you consume. You can consume the most positive content. You can even consume content like this and it still won't click with you because you're simply not aware enough. Your level of consciousness is just too low to even absorb any of the energy that you might get from this spirit. And consuming becomes boring as well. But quitting is impossible. At this stage, quitting is impossible. There's no way you will quit. And this is actually the end of youth and the end of potential. This is the end of evolving. This is the end of growing. This is the end. Life completely fell apart for him to a point where it is unfixable. And he experiences a deep feeling of inner pain, shame and guilt that will never go away. And this type of feeling can only be produced by the devil himself, by evil, by the concentration of evil. And the last thing that will happen is death. You will just die. And then you will burn in hell. Do you want that? I don't think so. I don't think so. So it's your decision to get out there. You know, I wouldn't say we are here right now. I mean, if you are here right now, I'm sorry for you. That shit fucked up your life. That shit really fucked up your life. But still, you can still try to fight. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Show me that you can get out there. Show me that you can still turn your life around. I think it's impossible, but prove me wrong. I will try to do your best. I think this is the best. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to start was now. But for all the people that are watching this is probably a problem for you. So this is the best point in time to start, where it didn't really take any of your potential away, or at least didn't take all of your potential away, and you can still see what you're capable of, and you can still use your years of youth, your transformative years, to give it your all. Now the way out is to stop consuming. You see right here, it's the little fucking spirit that we're talking about this entire video. And when the knight first seen the spirit, he chose to interact with him. He chose to let him show what he wants to show. You know what would happen if you just stopped choosing to let him do that? If you just stopped engaging with all the social media, if you just stopped scrolling, if you just stopped gaming, if you just stopped using our iPhones, you know what would happen? That spirit would have no way to actually get inside of our minds, to actually get inside of our head and change our thoughts, change our beliefs about ourselves, so we don't pursue our dreams. He would have no power at all. So what you have to do to get out of this rut, to get out of this fucking painful, miserable place, is you have to stop using all types of technology. And I'm talking all of it, man. You can't use your TV to watch YouTube. You can't use your fucking phone. You can't use your PC. Can't use shit, bro. Unless you want to create something. Unless you want to interact with somebody that you really need to interact. For example, if your uncle is dying, of course, man, give him a call, of course. But you have to set boundaries for yourself. There's no way around this. You have to set boundaries for yourself. If you don't, just remember what will happen. That will happen. So set boundaries for yourself and make sure everything you consume with awareness, with full attention. Don't multitask. This is so important. If you take away one thing from this video, don't multitask. Don't do many things at once. Do one thing at a time. If you choose to text your uncle, just text your uncle. Don't listen to music. If you choose to watch a video, an educational video, just watch the video. Get some notes, man. Give it your full attention. Don't multitask. And also, you can use blockers that actually eliminate your homepage, eliminate all the recommendations, eliminate all your Instagram posts, so you just can use the apps to post and don't even see anything of the stuff you don't want to see. And you can actually enable simple mode on your phone. This is a mode, or if you have iPhone, I don't know how it works with iPhone. I always had this fucking bullshit right here. You can use that shit. You can get an app and use it to only allow you to use certain apps, for example, like WhatsApp or YouTube to upload, or Instagram to upload, or whatever you might need your phone for to create the life you want to create. And give it your full attention. That's what I said before. Set boundaries for yourself. Be responsible. Be responsible. Be a man. Be a grown man. And focus on watching one video a day at maximum, maybe 2. Set like clear, defined maximum, times for yourself. I will use my phone at this and this time, on this and this day. You have to be strict for yourself about your media consumption. If you don't do it. Don't do it. Now, all the, little rules I say are just for the people that have some sort of control. If you know that if you start playing video games, for example, and you just get into a 20-hour long video game session without even paying any attention to what happened with you, without even really wanting to do that shit, you just fell back into your addiction, then cut it all off. There's no way around it. Cut it all off. Cut it all off. Throw away your phone. I'm serious about this shit too. Take your phone and throw it out the window right now. I don't care. Do everything you need to do to remove the distractions. Do everything. Remove it all. And like I said, if you have to, for some reason, use WhatsApp for calls or for business meetings, for example, to talk to your family, then enable simple mode. Enable simple mode and never turn it off. Never turn it off. The moment you catch yourself unintentionally engaging with your phone or PC, now this is so important. This is what actually got me myself out of my addiction. Instead of saying, oh my god, what am I doing? I'm such a retard. Fuck, man, I wasted so much time. Fuck, man, I'm such a retard. Fuck me. Instead of talking so negative about yourself, just take a deep breath. Feel it. Feel the air coming inside your lungs and feel it going out again. Then look around you. Go around your room. Look where you are. Look out the window. Maybe take a walk outside. Maybe take a few steps outside. Talk to your family. Get some food. Do whatever you need to do to get out of the mental torment that you put yourself in. And start walking towards where you want to be. Now, this might sound very simple. And it is. All you have to do is cut out the distractions. That's all you have to do. But it is not easy. It is going to be very uncomfortable for you. It is going to be very painful and boring for you. But I believe this is the only way to actually see what you're capable of. This is the only way to actually be able to defeat that demon that is coming to attack your village. Which might come in forms of work, which might come in forms of death, which might come in forms of a climate crisis. Let's say, just hypothetically, okay? There's a climate crisis coming in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, or a plastic crisis, which is going to change which is going to threaten our world so much that we need a few people who put all their minds and all their strength to it to defeat it. We need people to put their all into it And because the devil saw what will be happening and saw that there's people that actually have the potential to get rid of the demon, he invited the spirits in forms of technology and whatever it might be for you to weaken you, to take away of your power, and to make you weak enough to not defeat the enemy, to make you weak enough in times of crisis to not fight back. And times of crisis might even for you just be get a bad grade in school. Some people can't even overcome that. If you fail in a test, you feel like your whole life is a failure. You start getting into depression. You stop taking care of yourself, and then that shit just starts rolling. That shit starts snowballing. So yeah, this is going to be really uncomfortable for you. This is going to be really painful for you. But just take God's hand and join me on this journey. Join me on my journey to stop this endless cycle of consuming. Finally, once and for all. And let's see what we're capable of. Let's see what we can do. I'm so excited. Because this is so transformative. This is so new in a way. We haven't done shit like this so radically before. And you might even lose a lot of friends. You might even lose a lot of friendships. Get a lot of dislikes. You might have people probably suddenly turn their backs against you. But just know who you're fighting against and who you're fighting for. Know that you are a son of God. Know that actually you are a sheep of God and that you are protected by Him. Know it. Feel it in your heart. And know that you're always fighting against the devil. You're always doing what's right. When you do that, when you believe in yourself, and you start taking... Bro, I got hiccups right now. Fuck. Once you believe in yourself that you can actually do this shit, and we finally start taking action, you know. This is my first video on this channel, and I'm so excited for this journey. It's going to be crazy. You know, you need this vision. You need this kind of positive feeling. You need to have this vision of this way of envisioning a better life for yourself. If you don't, all hopes are lost. So just really feel in your heart for a second and think about all the things that you want to achieve. Think about all the pats on the back, all the, you know, people that congratulate you for having achieved what you want to do. And take a moment to appreciate where you are. Man, this fucking hiccup is triggering me. I have to do some pull-ups or something now. Alright. But with this, I'm going to end this video. I hope this has been really, like, educational for you. I hope I could help. Fuck, man. Shit, man. I hope I could help you with this video. And I will love to see you actually in the next video. I hope this kind of made you change perspectives a little bit about the stuff that's going on. And I hope you will join me on my journey to cut off all the distractions and get to work. If you don't, get the fuck off this video. But nah, I'm going to end this video anyway, so get the fuck off. Alright, man, it's Maurice, man. I'm signing out. The stuff that's going on. And I hope you will join me on my journey to cut off all the distractions and get to work. If you don't, get the fuck off this video. But nah, I'm going to end this video anyway, so get the fuck off. Alright, man, it's Maurice, man. I'm signing out.